Campbell's comments here at Horsham Harness Racing Club, but doing something just a little bit different, back from New Zealand and the likes, but I'm catching up with Morgan Lane. Firstly, Morgs, welcome to Campbell's comments for the first time.
I think I've actually been on here before. I'm more before, interschools.
You were too. Well done, Neil. You're going good at this. You're getting better. So, firstly, we've got a couple of things I want to chat to you about. We're here at the Horsham Harness Racing Club, and anyone known with harness racing, the lane name's synonymous with the harness track here. But you're actually doing a few little track drives, they tell me.
Yeah, I've recently started working for Aaron Dunn, and I've been able to drive a bit, which is nice. I've never really had a whole lot to do with the standardbreds. I mean, I've been involved with dads, but nowhere near to the extent that I have the ridden horses. Yeah.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying doing something different, and yeah, I'm learning a lot.
Anyone that's watching this one's not going to make this about the trotters. I just wanted to bring that in because I think it's great, and I am big, like as with Holly, and I think so many kids need to be able to embrace the whole lot of it, that you can ride track work, you can do ponies, you can do show jumping, you can travel the world, and we're going to cover off on a few of those things very, very quickly in a minute with you. One, just recently, you've just come back. Unfortunately, there's a reason you've come back, but just tell people where you've been. Like, you've been over to England?
So I was over in England working for Kevin and Emma McNabb. I was fortunate enough, I saw an ad that Kevin had posted, and I messaged, and I was able to have a spot there over the winter, and I was then given an opportunity to stay for longer. So I'm on my second gap year right now, but due to personal circumstances I had to come home. However, mid-July I'm going to head back there, and I'll spend the last 3 months of the season working for them again.
What's it like?
Oh, it was just unreal. Like, it's one of the best places in the world to be for eventing. Like, learning from these people at the top of the sport was, I was getting to ride a little bit, which was amazing, but even just being on the ground, like, it was an experience that I didn't ever really think I would get, and I'm very lucky to have had.
So you said that they're at the top, the McNabs are at the top. Like, are they the very top? Like, are they in the top 10%? When you say that, where are they roughly?
I'm not specifically sure where they sit in terms of world rankings, but Kevin just was on the last Olympic team at Tokyo, and the eventing team medalled the silver. And so it was quite interesting. I guess they're in the preparations for Paris Olympics, so being in a sense a part of that. Isabel English is also based there, and she's another Australian rider, so it was quite cool to see how they kind of work towards these. I just really enjoyed being there.
It's interesting because you're a very proactive person, I suppose. In the pony clubs, you got on a couple of the councils and things along those lines, and a very proactive rider. What I've seen of you when you ride, you enjoy your riding. What was it like to sort of half take a backward step, if you like, and not necessarily getting the opportunity to ride horses every day?
Well, last year, on the gap year that I had planned, I worked as ground staff for Paul Proska, so I was, I guess, in a sense, quite used to being on the ground a lot. Like, it was quite different in that I got to go home and then work my own horses anyway, but I think that had sort of prepared me for the similar sort of work as to what I'd do over there, it was not so much of a shock then. I think, I kind of knew how it would be and what to expect. Can
you describe the difference in the horses? Like, is there, the horses, I suppose, that you've been associated with, to then you go across there and you see, this totally different, I suppose, horse? To an extent, I guess, because I was working with the thoroughbreds a lot and that sort of thing. They can be quite different in their nature to a warm blood, but at the same time, there were ponies and all sorts of things that were there at Kevin and Emma's, so it wasn't just the warm bloods. Like, obviously, a majority of them were, but it was really nice to work with the variety of horses, and I think it's useful for me then coming back to work with mine. Like, I've got a young warm blood and that sort of thing, and kind of learning how to work with them a bit better. I think it helped understand him Yeah, and look at things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the things you get out and you have a look. I've recently been to New Zealand, and you just tend to look at things a little bit differently, and it's good. The reason I want to promote it is because I don't think you're going to stay there for the rest of your life, but you are actually really enjoying it, and you understand what you're going there for.
Yeah, it's quite cool. I feel like I have a family on the other side of the world now. But yeah, I think even, they get horses from Germany and everything, and they've led very different lives to the horses we have here that get turnout. Kevin and Emma turn all their horses out and that sort of thing. So it's quite different in that sort of horse husbandry, like I guess those aspects. But yeah, no, I would love to. I don't particularly know what my future holds or what my plans are, but yeah, I'd just love to go back and finish the season with them, and then head off to uni next year and see where everything leads me, I guess. Has
it thrown a curveball to you?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely didn't expect to take 2 gap years. I don't even know I expected to take 1, in all honesty, but I think it's been good for me, and I'm glad that I've done it. Yeah.
One of the things Campbell's Comments is about, and as I've told a lot of people all the time, I've got a daughter who's 16, rising 17, and I, as a horse dentist, saw a lot of kids leave the sport and come back later on in life, but miss the years probably where you are right now. Can you see a way that we can sort of try to keep them, even if it is a matter of travelling to England, but be able to keep a work path for yourself instead of you having to go to university and maybe take another step away from a horse? Can you see a way of maybe doing that?
I'm not entirely sure. Like I'm not sure kind of how this would have worked for me had I gone to university. I knew that I was quite keen to take a horse or horses with me. I can't personally say how this would have gone for me, whether I would have taken a step back, because I know I did throughout VCE. We had COVID anyway, so that didn't help in terms of competing. But I think, if you're wanting to go into these fields, like whether you go into a racing stable or an eventing stable, just getting into it like through these contacts. Like I said, I messaged Kevin on Facebook. I mean, I didn't have any other way of knowing him or contacting him. I just saw this opportunity and thought, I may as well give it a go and see where this leads me, and here I am.
and you're wrapped, you've done it, aren't you? And you can tell by the look on your face and the smile. You're always a happy kid, but I mean, it's just, you can tell that it's actually something that you're thoroughly enjoying. And you keep saying about gap year, then going back to uni. That might only be because mum and dad are probably listening to this. You might be half harbouring other ideas. I won't ask you to say the difference. You said there that you'd started riding. How'd you feel when you started? They said, you can take this one, for a bit of exercise. And I would imagine it wouldn't have been doing anything fancy, no. But I mean, how did you feel? Can you remember how you changed?
I was asked to. There was this one horse, like this one pony there that a lady had on livery, and they asked me to work him. And I'd been told before coming over that it was a non-riding position, so I had none of my riding gear with me, and so we were scrounging together all their things. But yeah, obviously I was shocked, but I was really glad. And then I got to ride a few of the more competitive horses and stuff, and so it was just, as you say, just hacking them out or trotting them out or whatever, but it was still awesome to even sit on a horse. And
do you learn? I would imagine they probably say to you, sit a certain way or do this or do that, but I mean, do you learn just watching them as well?
Definitely. I think I learnt most probably watching them and watching them ride, watching them have lessons, that sort of thing, because we got to go to arena hires and that a few times, and I learnt a lot through just watching, probably. And
the competition, like you watch it on, there's a few channels you can actually watch it on the internet and all the rest, but being there, is it as much fun like there seems to be when you watch a lot of these things? It's dead set competition over there, isn't it? Very fierce.
So I only actually got to go to one competition. It was more of a training comp before I had to come home, but I'm still in touch with all the girls and everything, and it's quite exciting to see all these horses competing and all the people that I've gotten to know out and about. But I'm very excited to head back there when I actually can attend these with them and help groom and see what it actually really is like over there, because it's such a big sport.
No, it is a big sport and it's great, Morgs, and I really appreciate it. I didn't really tell you what I was going to do, but I like, you rode Bart, you had a standardbred that you rode, you rehomed, you've had ponies, you've gone up, you've had bad horses come through, you've had injuries and the likes, but I think you understand that there are so many aspects that horses that we can do. That's why I said we're here at a harness racing club. You've worked at a thoroughbred racing club. You've done rehoming. Now you're travelling England. I just want kids to be able to be aware of it. I think we sometimes say, well, I can't do dressage, so that's it, I've got to walk away. Well, you can do anything, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've not been competing a lot recently, and that's just having young horses or injuries or in between, or being overseas. But I've just enjoyed working at the racing stables or working overseas, but also just training them and everything, and like having done the B certificates or even sitting on like the Pony Club International Alliance Youth Council and that sort of thing. Like these are opportunities I never would have had I not had anything to do with horses and Pony Club, and so it's definitely brought a lot to my life, and I don't really know who I'd be without it, if I'm honest.
No, I love it. That's what Campbell's Comments is about the horses. It is getting dark, but that's okay. It doesn't matter too much. Morgs, thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy England. You know I'm going to be coming, but I'll chase you down again next time when you do get back, if you come back, but we won't let Mum and Dad hear that part. But no, I think you'll be back. But I think well done to you taking the step. And as you said, you just get brave sometimes and do something. The worst thing they can ever say is no. That's what I've had a lot of people over the journey tell me no, but if you have a crack, it doesn't matter, does it? And I think well done to you, and good luck when you go back about June, July. You'll be missing out on the winter here. That'll be hard as well. So, But anyway, thank you, Morgs, for joining me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,